Tonight on Johnny's Prime, millions of Ghana cedis left strewn on the street after collision between a Bank of Ghana bullion van and a fuel tanker on the Techiman-Kumasi Road. One person has been confirmed dead, whilst an unspecified amount of the cash in the bullion van is feared stolen. We'll be speaking with the police as well as the Bank of Ghana. Chief Justice announces plans to increase the number of students admitted into the Ghana School of Law, but insists standards will not be compromised to accommodate the large numbers seeking to join the legal fraternity.
Initially, I failed family law. After paying the 3,000 cedis, went through remarking. When the results came, I had passed. It means I did not fail family law. There are a lot more students who could not raise the 3,000 cedis per paper to pay for some of these papers.
A 70-year-old woman has been stabbed to death by her 27-year-old son Akwetimintim Zongo in the Western Region capital, Takrady.
And then you get to a point that he asked the mother that he should look for a woman for him to marry. And then the mother told him that, exercise patience, you will work on that. And then he said he didn't know what came over him this morning, only for him to go and take a kitchen knife and just stab the mother. And then the sister, they were all...
I'm Israel. Joy News Prime comes to you live from the Joy News studio at Kokomlemle here in Accra with digital address GA0992539. Stay tuned in. Now, very first story. One person has been confirmed dead in a collision between a fuel tanker and a Bank of Ghana bullion van loaded with cash being transported from Tamale to Kumasi. The driver of the bullion van and a cashier on board the bullion van were left critically injured in the collision. The accident, which occurred at Brigade on the Techiman-Kumasi Road near Opoku-Agyeman Hospital, left cash from the bullion van strewn on the street, with residents in the nearby community scrambling for it. The security officers had to call in reinforcements to secure the money. A combined team of the military, police, fire service, immigration and BNI had to cordon off the area to retrieve the cash into cases, which were then loaded into their vehicles and sent to the police divisional headquarters cells, accompanied by the security officers and Bank of Ghana officials. Well, what we know so far is that the incident happened at noon during a heavy downpour. There were 4 military men and 4 police officers escorting the bullion van. The cash being transported was 60.5 million Ghana cedis. It is not known for now how much of the money was retrieved from the accident scene and what got stolen or couldn't be accounted for. The police tell us the BOG bullion van had the registration number GV8813, whilst the fuel tanker said to be heading to Burkina Faso from Tema was also would bring you those details. But joining us on phone now is Abunu East Regional MTTD Commander ASP Andrews Okonenje. Thank you very much for your time, ASP Andrews Okonenje. Now, can you confirm the casualties in the accident?
Hello?
Yes, ASP, can you confirm for us the casualties in the accident?
Yes. It was about 1 o'clock when I got the information that there was an accident.
All right.
In Techiman Township, around Dr. Opoku-Agyeman Hospital on the Techiman-Kumasi Road. And it was about a bullion van with registration number GV8813 that was moving from Tamale direction towards Kumasi direction. And it collided with a tanker, an empty tanker, also from Tama direction towards Paga direction. According to the information, this tanker was overtaking a motorbike, and at the time it was raining, and it is believed that he couldn't control the vehicle, so he veered off a little from his lane and met the bullion van head-on. The tanker's number is DP. It is using unregistered, a DP plate. DP 42222. DP 4222. Yes, DP 4222 -19. The driver died in the accident. His name is not yet known, but the driver of the bullion van is one William Asari. And then there was another officer on board the bullion van, Mr. Frank Barr, who is the currency officer. The unregistered motorbike that is supposed to have caused the accident is with the police, but we cannot trace the person riding the motorbike. So indeed, there was an accident, and these were some of the things that happened around the area. The police went in quickly with other agencies to make sure that they are able to secure the money in the bullion truck, because the truck actually scattered. And so they went around to make sure that they are able to safeguard the money in the van.
All right, so we're learning, yes, we were learning that the driver of the bullion van and the cashier on board.
Hello?
Yes, ASP. So
I can hear you well.
All right, so we're learning that the driver of the bullion van and the cashier on board the bullion van are in critical condition. Are you able to tell us where they are now?
They actually they were in critical condition, and they have been airlifted from Techimai Holy Family Hospital. I am told towards Kumasi. The aircraft left around 6 p.m. So for now, they are not here with us. But they are in critical condition, but it's not that critical because my investigators were able to engage them in a little conversation, meaning that they are a little bit stable.
All right. Now, we understand that some of the cash may have been lost at the scene. Can you tell us about that?
Well, I cannot tell you much about that. I am told that the van was carrying about 60,500,000 Ghana cedis. But the unfortunate thing is that I was moving with the regional minister and the deputy minister for education to other areas for official duties. So I was not there at the spot when the accident happened. So what actually happened on the spot, I will not be able to say that because I wasn't there.
But from the videos that we have, it's clear that some of the money was strewn on the streets, and we're learning that there was a scramble for it.
That is why I was saying that I was out there with the Deputy Minister of Education and Bono East Regional Minister with his deputy on an official assignment. So at that particular time, I wasn't there.
All right.
These information I gave to you were picked from my investigators that were on the ground.
All right.
So this aspect of a possible looting of the money, probably if you get my crime officer, my superintendent in charge of crime, he may be able to tell you something about this because he may be on the ground. I was not on the ground, please.
And where is the money now, the money that was retrieved from the scene?
As I am saying, I wasn't there. So
now, as in the money that was retrieved, the money that was retrieved from the scene by the security officers and the Bank of Ghana officials.
That is why I am saying that where it is for now, I don't know.
All right.
Because as I told you, I was moving with the minister, and even now, I have not retired yet.
All right. Thank you very much. You heard the Bono East Regional MTTD Commander, ASP Andrews Okonenje. AC Hammond is head of the communications office of Bank of Ghana, and she joins us on the line now, hopefully, to give us some more insight as to what happened. Apparently, we have lost her, but we try and raise her back on the line. But what we know so far, that there was one person has been confirmed dead in a collision between a fuel tanker and a Bank of Ghana bullion van loaded with cash being transported from Tamale to Kumasi. The driver of the bullion van and a cashier on board the bullion van were left injured in the collision. we're learning that they have been airlifted from where the incident happened. Now, the accident occurred at Brigade on the Techiman Kumasi Road near Upokwajaman Hospital, and they left cash from the bullion van strewn on the street with some of that money reportedly looted. We don't have information as to how much of that money actually has been looted, but we're still trying to get to speak with the Bank of Ghana to see what other information they can add to what we already have. What we also know so far is that the incident happened at noon during a heavy downpour. There were 4 military men and 4 police officers who were escorting the bullion van. The cash being transported, as we heard the police, the regional MTTD commander tell us, was 60.5 million cedis. Now, we can get back onto the line now and speak with AC Hammond, who's the head of the communications office of the Bank of Ghana. Thank you very much for making time to speak with us. Now, we have heard quite a bit of the story from the regional MTTD commander. What more can you add to it, or what do you know happened as far as you're concerned?
I think he's given quite a detailed account of what happened, unfortunately. But we have emergency procedures in place for situations like this. And we always work with a combined team of security agencies. So at this point, what we can assure everybody is that all the necessary arrangements will be made to make sure that we get to know exactly, make a good assessment of what has happened in relation to how much money was retrieved and all of that. So we should be able to make that and come back to you with more information.
So, all right. So are you able to tell us, at least for now, if the money that was retrieved is secure and is in the custody of the Bank of Ghana? The
money retrieved is secured and has been sent to our officers in Kumasi.
All right, and we also are learning that the 2 people who were injured in the accident have been airlifted. Do you know where they are?
Yes, they are in Kumasi. They have been airlifted to Kumasi.
What is this?
It's shorter distance. I think they are in stable condition at this moment. I mean, some better condition. We don't want to, think of the worst. We are hoping that everything possible would be done for them.
All right, this transportation of movement of money from Tamale to Kumasi, is this regular as in movement of money across the country? It's
regular. Israel, I'm sure you see our bullion vans all the time plying various routes. Yes, so this is part of the usual thing that we do. It's unfortunate there's an accident, but as I said, we always work with security agencies, and all of them were represented on the trip. And so they are all involved, and they will all together work hand in hand to make sure that we are able to make a good assessment at the end of the day.
All right, thank you very much. AC Hammond is the head of communications, is the head of the communications office of the Bank of Ghana, and she was giving us some additional detail as to this accident which occurred on the Techiman Kumasi Road. Now, moving on, Francis Boabing, a commercial driver, was captured in a viral tape 6 months ago fighting a policeman. He will later allege he was provoked, but will be charged with assault before a circuit court. Joining us is Joseph Akable, caught up with Francis months on after the incident at his residence near Bujumbura, as he recounts his struggles over the period, including being unable to find a job.
There are many issues that gets Ghanaian talking generally. One of such issues happened sometime in March 2019 when the video went viral of a driver fighting a policeman. Months on, we've forgotten about this particular incident, but it crossed my mind and I decided to find Francis Boabing, who was at the center of this controversy. I've been trying to locate his residence. It's proving a bit difficult, so I'm going to give him a call to try and ask him where exactly I can find him for a quick discussion. Hello, Francis.
Hello, bro.
It's a. Na me say na ye ka say me ba ofie no me dru where I but now say me mbra me ni me ndru infan say me hu.
Okay.
Me okwan so Okay, share me. Oh, okay, me. Sana meka se me ba no ntina maba ye be din komo no.
So we are pomo.
No nyame ado. Mo ye we dem fa be impe bi ntina sana. E mbo din komo sana ye kan. We first watched the video that caught the attention of many. Despite saying he was provoked, he now insists that he regrets his action.
I feel sad within that I should be involved in such a problem. On that day, I set out to make a living. When I watch it, I feel bad.
Hours that should be invested in business is rather logged in long court sessions, so he's jobless.
I am not working. From when the issue happened, I have been idle at home. So you can imagine, how would I survive? I'm really struggling and I'm ready to work, but I just can't find work to do.
Francis was slapped with 4 charges. He will shed tears the first time he showed up in court. The court will later strike out 3 of the charges. The state has since called 2 witnesses to testify backing the assault, with Francis calling 5 witnesses.
As far as I am concerned, the case has dragged. The judge went on leave and returned. It is still on. I am really struggling.
All he wants is to close this chapter and find a decent job.
Left to me alone, it would have ended for me to get a job and move on with my life, earn some money, and take care of my family. An able-bodied man like me cannot be unemployed.
The struggle continues as the unfortunate incident remains on his mind, but Francis is confident he will walk away a free man, but has a piece of advice to the people who are provoked.
Don't mind him or run away, because what I have been through and suffered at the hands of the police, I will just run away next time rather than fight.
I pray thee. Why art thou continuing to struggle?
Well, moving on to one other crime story. The district commander of the Ghana Police Service at Kwetimintim, Chief Superintendent Peter Lennox Edu, has confirmed the murder of 70-year-old Precious Akolache by her 27-year-old son, Samuel Ameku, at Kwetimintim Zongo, a suburb of Takrady in the Western region. The incident happened in the early hours of Friday. According to the police, Samuel Ameku entered the apartment he shared with the mother and older sister Karen Ameku, and after 5 minutes, Precious ran out, bleeding and screaming for help. He's killing me, before falling to the ground. Police say the suspect, a taxi driver, also stabbed his elder sister multiple times in the back. She is currently receiving treatment at the Ifiankwanta Regional Hospital in Takrady. Explaining reasons behind this heinous crime, Chief Superintendent Edu said, according to the suspect, his mother, Precious, had failed to find him a wife.
But when the incident happened and he was brought to the station, I called him and interrogated him, and what he said was that he had been staying with the family, that is the mother and then the sister. And then we get to a point that he asked the mother that he should look for a woman for him to marry. And then the mother told him that, let's have patience, we will work on that. And then he said he didn't know what came over him this morning, only for him to go and take a kitchen knife and just stab the mother and then the sister. They were all in the room. So when he stabbed the mother came out and then the sister also came out. I think the stabbing of the mother was so severe that he couldn't and Gio. So when we went, we saw that the mother was in a pool of blood just in front of the house, and they are renting that apartment. So it was rather unfortunate. It's a very sad story.
So, Commander, is he someone known for that, per your investigations?
Oh, for now, you know, the case happened just today. So as we speak, we are still investigating the matter, but as we speak, nothing has come to our attention that maybe somebody who has that maybe criminal record or is used to doing that. But I'm told he's a taxi driver. When I told him, say he's a taxi driver. And maybe in the course of the days, the investigation will unfold whether maybe somebody who has that maybe criminal record and that sort of thing. But for now, we don't have anything like that.
What is going to happen to him?
Oh, this is a serious case, and looking at it, you will be put before court. Otherwise, we continue with the investigations because police cannot continue to keep him in custody.
Well, the suspect will be arraigned on Monday. Chief Justice Sophia Akufo has announced plans to increase the number of students admitted into the Ghana School of Law each year. Speaking at an induction ceremony for new lawyers here in Accra, the Chief Justice added the General Legal Council will also conduct an assessment of the law degree awarding institutions to ensure they meet the set requirements. The General Legal Council, which is chaired by the CJ, has come under intense criticism in recent times over the mass failure of both students seeking places in the law school and those who eventually get called to the bar. There have been claims that failures are engineered to limit the number of lawyers. The Chief Justice has however insisted standards will not be lowered simply to accommodate the large number seeking to join the legal fraternity. There's more in the following report.
Emmanuel Osei.
305 out of thousands seeking to become lawyers. Years of agitation by disappointed law students and persons supporting an expanded legal education has seen interview sessions struck out of the requirement into the law school. Chief Justice Sophia Akufo says plans are in place to build a larger campus.
New and larger campus away from the hustle and bustle of central Accra, the land for which was acquired some years ago. The commencement of execution of this project is expected to be captured in the 2020 budget, which is being prepared now.
She, however, says quality will not be compromised.
So the GLC continues in its quest to assure the people of this great republic. We want to assure them the excellence in professional legal education and production of quality lawyers that they so well and dearly deserve. The position of the General Legal Council remains that admission to the Ghana School of Law for professional legal education requires that successful candidates obtain a minimum mark of 50% in an entrance exam administered by the Independent Examination Committee. By this competitive and strict standard, the Ghana School of Law has over the years increased its intake and maintains 2 other campuses in addition to the main campus in central Accra to accommodate the growing interest in legal education. But however much available space is increased, the GLC will never relent on its commitment to assurance of production of quality lawyers through observation of the highest standards. And I'm sure that after what you have been through, you feel that you are part of a special group, not because of exclusiveness, but because you are here by merit.
Nobody expects the standards to be reduced, but what we expect is that there should be a lot more transparency in how the whole process is governed. When students write exams and they want to go for remarking, the amount charged should be a bit reasonable so that a lot more students can access it. For instance, initially I failed family law. After paying the 3,000 cedis, went through remarking. When the results came, I had passed. It means I did not feel family law. There are a lot more students who could not raise the 3,000 cedis per paper to pay for some of these papers.
I'm really happy. Maybe the batches after showing that they are intellectually capable, they'll be admitted, more people be admitted, provided they show that they are intellectually capable of taking on the role of being lawyers.
It feels great. I can't explain it, but it feels great.
How difficult was it?
Extremely difficult. It was extremely difficult.
As new lawyers take their place on the roll, with many other individuals seeking to agitate for further changes, only time will tell how soon the debate on legal education will end.
Right, joining us in the studio is Ni Adokwe Kojo, who is with the National Association of Law Students. Now, it's clear that the Chief Justice has made some overtures. Do you regard these as overtures?
Thank you for having me. First and foremost, it must be said that we still see a long way to go with what the Chief Justice has said.
But you do appreciate that they're making some effort to accommodate your concerns?
To be very sincere, not really.
Well, they're looking at expanding intake.
This has been on the table for quite some time. In fact,
there's talk of the fact that this year's budget, the 2020 budget, is going to take care of it. So before the end of the year, the finance minister is going to mention that in the budget.
It's very interesting. I must state that when I was an undergraduate student of the University of Ghana, nearly 12, 13 years ago, that issue came up. In fact, there was a sword cutting for the place. It's in between the University of Ghana executive campus of the business school and the Vice Chancellor's Ghana building. Vice Chancellor's Ghana building, University of Ghana Business School, Executive Campus, University for Professional Studies, hostel, have all been constructed, and that land is still lying fallow. So it's no concession, it's no, and even to examine it, that it will be on the budget in 2020. When would procurement for a contractor be done? How fast would a contractor even do that? Now, having interrogated that, that tells us that we have a long way to go. Now here, our advocacy has been simple. When we have, as even the Chief Justice has admitted, at least 14 officially accredited law faculties, then it doesn't really justify why we should still have the School of Law holding on to teaching for the professional law course. It's instructive to state that the Ghana School of Law is only a study center. So students go for their lectures, and then the independent examination committee conducts the examination. So if we have various law faculties, we have various law firms who can equally mentor students for the exams, we think that saying we are putting the law village on the budget is no concession. Who knows? It could take another 3-4 years before the building is done. So
what would you want to see happen?
Very straightforward. We believe that allowing the various law faculties to take up the course, allowing students to find their own tuition. So
because what they're indicating is that they would now have to do an assessment of the various faculties that you're talking about to see if they're actually up to standard.
Israel, last year when this advocacy was heated up and the discussion was in Parliament, the General Legal Council said on its website that it was conducting an audit of the various law faculties it has approved. It's been well over 1 year and 6 months since that. So one would have expected that the audit would have been done, the finding would have been on the table of the General Legal Council for it to have been considered, and perhaps, like as I keep saying, like the Bank of Ghana has done with the financial sector, law faculties that are not up to, it is the regulator that must say, look, these faculties are not up to the standard. Students shouldn't continue going there. We are closing them down. We are giving them 1 year to regularize whatever they need to regularize. And you are assuring the public, you are doing the, for want of a better expression, the consumer protection aspect.
Right.
But things are left that way.
You have planned this demonstration for a while now. Are you still going to go ahead with it?
Yes, as we speak, everything is set. Monday, 7 a.m. at the Ghana School of Law. Law students, civil society members, lawyers, ordinary Ghanaians are all joining forces with the various law students from the various law faculties, including those at the professional.
What are you seeking to achieve?
Very simple, as I have said earlier.
Especially in light of the fact that we've heard the Chief Justice speak on this matter.
I am restraining myself from indicting things we have heard in the past because if you recall, last year there was a similar approach. We were told in the various law faculties after the Professor Asari judgment that there was the need to put in place an LI. And the various law faculties went for a conference at KNUST with the hope that we'll be coming up with a legislation. Only for us to come out of that conference and to realize that all along the General Legal Council was already in Parliament with an LI. And so everything that was done was just excuses to say cosmetic. And if you recall, that was when the various law faculty president issued a statement and went to Parliament. We have been here before until we see the concrete steps taken, which give the assurance that there is the willingness to reform. We would not really see this as a concession. And on the face of the law, the Legal Profession Act, Section 13(2), clearly says that the General Legal Council, in making arrangements for the legal education, should put in place arrangement as it deems fit, including a school of law that it will set up or any other educational institution. So since 1960, it has been in the contemplation that there will be a time where the General Legal Council doesn't have to be running a school. Now we have the General Legal Council being the regulator, the operator of a school, and at the same time trying to muzzle, to say, law faculty that it has approved.
All right, which is what you're seeking would come to an end. Thank you very much, Ni Adokwe Kojo, and he's here speaking on behalf of the National Association of Law Students. You're watching Joy News Prime. We're taking a break, but still, a child with cerebral palsy can be a daunting task for parents due to the complex nature of the condition. In many cases, it is common to hear stories of some fathers leaving the care of these children to the mothers alone. But one man is changing the narrative. Ahead of World Cerebral Palsy Day, which falls on October 6th, Joy News' Beryl Ernestina Ritter tells the unique story of Abraham Na, who is determined to give his daughter the best of care despite her condition.
Abraham Na Doku lives at Ashaiman. His 10-year-old daughter, Rita Yomle, has cerebral palsy. This family is really struggling to pay for the right medical care needed in managing the condition. So Rita has not gone for the routine medical assessment or review for many years.
First, I got check up. No, I call it doctor. Then I will chupa. Begbet and I don't look in Naka. A fool again. Here I chupa. Nibahale Gabanaga. If you don't, I have 2 years in Nickel and I don't. You can never future. I don't.
Abraham is a trader at Abosokai, and his wife is also a petty trader. Abraham has 5 children. He lives with his family and helps take care of Rita. First lady, that's what he calls his daughter.
First lady. First lady, you know, he opened the galley. Was he going to buy no papa? He wala. He come up Pamela, I found a big beer. A deep cone, Nimolao, Jane no cone, a cow, Kajin no one hour, a baranaka. No, Kajin no cone, a baranaka. Lo, Carmen Amanaka beer, J. Lewini, Addison. lo kaka ba to ba ji e alo ba siya iwe no ba ji se ko kala nyaba se nyama ta nyama ye juku e ba na e wale wo se ko nyama ba nyaba we no lo ko no fona ka bie oji ne ye mu no ke mo afo na ka bie akoti ka nyumo na made ka ba to ka ji ka ba nyumo se wo kra wabini.
Management of cerebral palsy is very critical due to the complex nature of the condition. Parents of these children, therefore, need to devote extra attention to caring for them. Sometimes, this affects the other children in the family, creating an unhealthy sibling rivalry if not properly managed.
It can take sometimes a parent 1 hour to feed one child. So I eat my food within 2 minutes, 5 minutes, I finish. Imagine spending 1 hour for one child. If you have to feed this child 4 times a day in a 24-hour cycle, that's 4 hours of your life, not doing anything else. Forget about self-care skills, bathing, personal hygiene.
President of the Ghana Association of Medical Laboratory Scientists, Dr. Ignatius Awinibono, is worried about the increasing number of quack medical laboratory scientists in the country. He says 50% of persons working in medical laboratories in the country do not have the license to practice. Dr. Ignatius Awinibono made that revelation at the ongoing annual Congress of the Ghana Association of Medical Laboratory Scientists at Jirapa. Joining us is Upper West correspondent Rafiq Salam reports from her.
The 4-day annual National Congress and Second Health Laboratory Summit is on the theme Ghana Health Policy Framework and the Practice of Medical Laboratory Science in the 21st Century. President of the Ghana Association of Medical Laboratory Scientists, Dr. Ignatius Awinibono, bemoaned the increasing number of quack medical laboratory scientists in the country. He lamented that 50% of persons working in medical laboratories in the country do not have the requisite licenses to practice, a situation he described as a canker that threatens the healthcare of the country.
Imagine that more than half of the drivers in this country are driving without driving license. The road safety implications. It is highly probable that most mistreatment accidents are traceable to serious medical errors arising from this health menace, and that is quackery. We call for an immediate joint inspection team of GAMS, the Allied Professions Council, and HIFRA to inspect our health facilities and consider this as a very important step to protecting the health care of our citizens and preventing treatment accidents, which also lead to death.
The cruel reality, however, is that there are about 2,000 qualified medical laboratory science professionals in the country who are unemployed and are sitting at homes. He therefore suggested to the government to replace them with the quack practitioners.
Also call on government and other employers to immediately replace these quacks with the over 2,000 licensed medical laboratory professionals who have not been employed since 2012. In the abundance of water, we are testing. We have a lot of professionals, licensed, sitting at home, and the labs are being invaded by people who are ready to take as low as 200 Ghana cedis, just because they want to be in laboratory to test. They don't have qualifications. This is a serious matter.
Dr. Yosa Molopoku said they are equally worried about the issue and hinted that plans are afoot to weed them out.
We are putting a team of inspectors who will be going around the various health facilities to create a system of the miscreants who have invaded the health system. We have also written to the Minister of the, National Security to provide us security background for us to engage in that exercise. And we are very hopeful that GAMS, as we know you continue to play the front role in this endeavor.
Upper West Regional Minister Dr. Hafiz Bin Sali lauded the contributions and significant role played by medical laboratory scientists in the healthcare delivery system in the country.
Your members have been trained and equipped with the technical skills to perform their professional duties on a daily basis. However, there is the need for human relations and communication skills, which are the skills required to help them effectively relate well with people and also communicate better the results of the investigations they conduct in a very professional manner to the patients or their relatives.
Reporting for J News, Rafik Salam, Jiruba.
Another news, Education Minister Dr. Matthew Opoku-Prempeh is accusing former President Mahama of hypocrisy over the comprehensive sexuality education conversation. He questions the former president's criticism of his successor for the widely circulated document when a textbook produced on the subject in his era has all attributes against Ghanaian culture norms. Speaking at the National Congress of the University Teachers Association of Ghana Congress in Kumasi, Dr. Opoku-Prempeh said such unguided discourse can only make governance difficult. Kwesi Devara reports.
According to Dr. Opoku-Prempeh, pictures and excerpts of the book circulating on social media were published in 2015 under the supervision of Mr. Mahama.
Embody something does not mean that when we come locally, we take everything. Reverend, sorry, but in some of your churches, accept and approve gay marriages. Does it mean in Ghana here we do that? Have you taken yourself out of the Methodism fraternity? Why? Because in our culture and our norms, that is not acceptable. Article 39 of Ghana's Constitution talks about whether formal or informal education, whatever we do should be culturally situated. So if in April we wrote to curriculum and said that we are not accepting your guidelines because it's not in the standard norms of the Ghanaian society or Ghana culture, what wrong has the government done? That's why I say today is to expose intellectually. Tomorrow we'll talk the political talk, or Monday or something. We'll talk the political talk when I get the political platform and speaker. Because this is abominable. To describe a certain president as comprehensive satanic education, when the evidence should be great, that title should be hanging on somebody's belt like Azuma Nelson's belt. If we don't stop, governance will become very, very difficult. Because the person who is shouting, I was building schools, continue, cannot shout and say, I was doing CSS, continue. See, CSE, continue.
This year's UTAC conference is under the theme, Harmonizing Standards in Ghanaian Tertiary Education Systems, Challenges and Implications. Dr. Opoku-Prempeh asked all interest groups to come on board to ensure smooth passage of the Public University Bill into law.
And I hope that as UTAC has written, as all the universities have written, people will sit down and go through. Because the Public University Bill is not the first of its kind in this country called Ghana.
Historian at the KNUST, Reverend Dr. Samuel Adujemfi, praised government for improving education access through the free senior high school policy. He, however, draws attention to infrastructural and other challenges at the tertiary level.
It's access everything. The work of Manu et al., writing in 2017, revealed that, I quote, the expansion in access to university education without commensurable growth in staffing, infrastructure, related facilities, access to international databases, and spending on students have raised major concerns over its quality.
Former Bishop of the Kumasi Diocese of the Methodist Church, Reverend Professor Kwadwo Osei Safo-Kantanka, urges universities to advance the course of tertiary education through competent leadership.
What are we equipping them? Are we equipping them with patriotism, the love for their country, and all those kinds of things to prepare them for life outside? These are
Reporting for joining us.
The minority in Parliament is meanwhile demanding the immediate withdrawal of the controversial Comprehensive Sexuality program, insisting that introduction of CSE will compromise the country's values. The minority wants government to render an apology to Ghanaians. Addressing the media on the fiercely debated subject, Minority Leader in Parliament, Anna Idrisu, vowed to resist any move to implement the program in basic schools.
The choice of age is not only inappropriate, but threatening that the moral socialization of our children will be left to right morals unknown and unacceptable to us as a Ghanaian people. So as for this, we will resist it. We will resist it because it will amount to some moral and cultural terrorism if it was to succeed. We are also aware that government and the UNFPA have entered into an agreement for the UNFPA to provide CSE technical support to the Ghana Education Service. So when they wake up and say that they are not aware of it, they have an arrangement with the United Nations Population Fund for them to provide technical support for the sexuality education curriculum. Additionally, we are aware, so you can put it in contrast, it is not as if we are unaware that they have signed a contract with CSCE Project Implementation Officer operating from the UNESCO Ghana office. The denial by the minister, therefore, is not only naked, but is inconsistent with the truth. We are also aware that the Girl Child Education Unit of the Ghana Education Service organized a one-week workshop at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology for training of trainers for the implementation of this particular CSA. This workshop is here, was held from 26th to 30th August 2019 and was addressed by Deputy Director Lawyer Barton on behalf of the Minister for Education. So when they wake up and they want to speak with a double tongue on this matter, it is only you, the media, which must do a much more thorough journalistic investigation to indicate where they stood few months and a year ago and where they are seeking to belong today.
All right, thank you very much, and that's it. I am Israel. Thank you very much for watching. You have a great weekend.